So we are going to watch now the three-level governance model. At the first level, first line, you have business operation. So at this level, people who are working at this level must know all the compliance, the transaction, know the compliance at the transaction level, know the screening operation, and all the classification we talked about earlier. At the second line, you have the compliance function. So people must have to master the tactical operation. That means policy, oversight, monitoring, and what type of sanctions are being applicable. At the third line, you have the internal audit. Most of the company have to apply it. Independent internal audit to find out at which level of compliance the company is operating. So the metrics that are available show that 97% of companies are having enforcement action cited in inadequate oversight. So when you are not applying all this compliance, you may face to pay about 3.4 times the fine, higher. And then 52% of whistleblower case linked to sanction or export control violation. And then also, to avoid all these problems, you have to implement the ISO 373101 compliance management system. This is the standard for the compliance, and this is one of the standards we are using to train our first supply chain auditor in Global Dominion Institute here. We have launched this certification, and the certification is based on this ISO 37301. So how can we integrate governance in procurement? So the first, you have to see now in the procurement processes, we have to apply, in the procurement cycle, you have to apply also compliance. These are the five level, at the 5 level of the procurement cycle, we have the need identification, that's the first level, then sourcing, contract award, and then import, export, and payment. At the first level, you have to do a dual use check. At the second level, you have to screen the vendor to see do a vendor check if they are in compliance, if they are in accordance with the international rules. Then during the contract award also, you have to check all the compliance courses. And during import-export level, you have to check the license and see all the classification of the article that you are buying. And then before the payment, because of money laundering, you have to check also and find out if the company are not falling under that rule. Now, the key global regulatory regime to integrate in your system is the ITAR, dual use goods defense article export licensing. Then the EU regulation, the dual use export control brokering, transit, the FCPA, UK bribery, anti-corruption in procurement and trade, the OFAC SDN, is the sanction list screening by the US Treasury, and then the UN resolution also lists some arms embargoes on Iran-Russia measure, and then you have the ESG multilateral sustainable sourcing and environmental compliance.